Hello everyone. Hope you all in good cheer and in good health. Today we learn a poem, Unit 5, The Lazy Frog. Children, on a school day, you are busy studying, playing and chatting with friends. When you have a holiday, what do you do, children? I think you will all indulge in reading storybooks or drawing pictures or playing with friends, isn't it, children? Next question. Would you behave a little like the frog in the following poem? You all would say no, not at all. This poem is about a lazy frog that does not do anything all day long. It tells us about what a lazy person does all day. This poem let us know about what all a lazy frog does all day long. Let's learn the poem The Lazy Frog. Let me read out the first stanza of the poem. Fred is a very lazy frog who lolls all day upon a log. He always manages to shirk doing a single stroke of work. The rhyming paths from these lines are: first, frog, log; next, shirk, work. Explanation: The Lazy Frog, as the title suggests, is a poem about a lazy frog whose name is Fred. This poem is a very simple one, yet it illustrates interesting character of Fred. The first 4 lines of the poem starts giving us an introduction about Fred's behavior. He is a very lazy frog and spends the whole day laying down in a log. He could only manage to move around the log and then continues to lay down without doing any work. Difficult words. First, loll, to lie around lazily. Second, log, which means trunk of a tree that has been cut. Another meaning, a piece of wood. Third, shirk, meaning avoid to do work. Fourth, stroke of work, meaning a small amount of work. Let me read out the remaining lines of the first stanza. His poor old mother calls in vain. Come in and help, he does not bother. To move 2 inches, much preferring to be extremely hard of hearing, he lies there in a silent heap and stays conveniently asleep. Have you identified the rhyming paths from these lines? Yes. First, preferring, hard of hearing. Next, heap, asleep. Explanation: when the poor old mother calls him to do the work, he acts like he is a deaf. Instead of helping his mother, he does not bother about his poor mother's calling. He does not even move 2 inches from his place. He does not bother to reply to his mother's calling. To keep up with his acting, Fred just remains lying in a silent heap. He sleeps very conveniently so that he does not have to listen to his mother's calling. These lines tells us that Fred never does any work and he never helps his mother when his mother calls him to do work. Fred is just acting like he is deaf. These lines also highlights the ignorant behavior towards his mother. His poor mother, a old frog, works all day alone and asks a little help from Fred, but Fred, ignoring his mother's calling, instead he prefers to lie down silently or sleep. These lines indicates the behavior of lazy people who ignore their duties and prefer to just lay down, ignoring their responsibilities. difficult words. First, vain, which means useless. Second, does not bother, means something which is not important. Third, preferring, meaning liking more. Fourth, hard of hearing, which means deaf. Fifth, heap. The meaning of the word heap is large quantity of log or wood. Hope you all understood the explanation of stanza 1. Stanza 2. If a lady frog hops past, you would think he would get up at last to bow and help her on her way. But no, I am ashamed to say. Hope you recognized the rhyming pairs from these lines. First, past, lost. Next, way, say. Explanation. These lines tell us that, however, Fred does not move an inch even when a female frog passes by. Generally, even lazy people have at least something to do. But this lazy frog has nothing to do. Similarly, you might think Fred gets up and bows and even helps the lady frog on her way. But when she comes that way, this does not bother Fred. Difficult words. First, hops, meaning jumps. Second, bow. The meaning of the word bow is to bend your head to show respect. Let me read out the concluding lines of the poem. That when a lady frog comes by, he does not open up one eye. This poem is written by anonymous writer. Anonymous writer means the name of the writer is unknown. The rhyming pair from these lines is by eye. Explanation. These lines tell us that Fred won't even open his eye when the lady frog passes by. This proves how lazy he is. The poem says how lazy the frog Fred is. He never bothers about the help, whether it is for his own mother or a lady frog. That's all the explanation of the stanza 2. The moral of the poem is being lazy would always lag anyone behind. We should be active. Being hardworking can always lead to success. Hope you all understood the explanation and learned the moral of the poem. New words. Word loll, meaning to lie around lazily. Sentence. He lolled on a sofa all day. Word log, meaning trunk of a tree that has been cut. Sentence. Tom sat on a log. Word shirk, meaning to not do something you should do. Sentence. This man shirks his duties by pretending to be ill. Word in vain, meaning uselessly. Sentence. He searched in vain for his missing wallet. Word prefer, meaning like something better. Sentence. I prefer dry fruits with milk. Word hard of hearing, meaning deaf. Sentence. His father is quite old now and he has become hard of hearing. Word bow, meaning to bend your head to show respect. Sentence. Neha bowed to her teacher as she passed by. Hope you all learn the new words along with their meanings. With this, we wind up our today's class. See you.